Jesus is in control of the millennium. In fact, Jesus will initiate the millennium by returning to earth and gathering his people to heaven. Welcome to the third part of our study of the millennium. Now, we know from our previous two video studies that we did together, there will be a millennium, and that God's people will reside in heaven during all of its 1,000 years. We also know that the Garden of Eden was taken to heaven to preserve it from the evil on this sinful earth. If you haven't seen, by the way, the first two videos in this study, please watch them. Go to blessingsanew.com and click on the Millennium. And there you will find all the videos in the Millennium series. Now, we have learned from the Bible that the Garden of Eden was taken to heaven at some point after Adam and Eve sinned. And after Jesus' resurrection, Jesus went to heaven to prepare a place for his people. Jesus placed the Garden of Eden at the throne of God in heaven and built a city around it. And that new city is New Jerusalem. In the city is the Garden of Eden, and in the Garden of Eden is the tree of life. Now keep your eye on that tree of life. At the start of the millennium, Adam experiences the Garden of Eden in heaven and recognizes it as the same garden he once knew on earth. At the end of the millennium, the city, which Jesus prepared in heaven, is taken to earth. Let's read it in Revelation 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. Now that city has in it the Garden of Eden, and the Garden of Eden has in it the tree of life. As Jesus brings to earth the New Jerusalem, his feet first touch the Mount of Olives, and a vast area is created as the landing place for New Jerusalem. Zechariah tells us, and his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west, and there shall be a very great valley. And half of the mountain shall be removed toward the north, and half of it toward the south. As New Jerusalem is settled into its place on earth, this new city is placed where the old city of Jerusalem was located. The Garden of Eden settles where it had been located before sin, and the tree of life occupies its original place on earth. Thus, as Jesus promised, Eden and Jerusalem are restored. And as the promise of restoration requires, the tree of life again stands where God originally intended. The book The Great Controversy paints a vivid picture of our total restoration. Listen to this. The divine intercessor presents the plea that all who have overcome through faith in his blood be forgiven their transgressions, that they be restored to their Eden home and crowned as joint heirs with himself to the first dominion. Satan, in his efforts to deceive and tempt our race, had thought to frustrate the divine plan in man's creation. But Christ now asks that this plan be carried into effect as if man had never fallen. He asks for his people not only pardon and justification full and complete, but a share in his glory and a seat upon his throne. Friends, we will be redeemed and restored to the full life and stature which Adam enjoyed before his sin. In the beginning, man was created in the likeness of God, not only in character, but in form and feature. Sin defaced and almost obliterated the divine image, but Christ came to restore that which had been lost. He will change our vile bodies and fashion them like unto his glorious body. The mortal, corruptible form, devoid of comeliness, once polluted with sin, becomes perfect, beautiful, and immortal. All blemishes and deformities are left in the grave. Restored to the tree of life in long-lost Eden, the redeemed will grow up, to the full stature of the race in its primeval glory. The last lingering traces of the curse of sin will be removed, and Christ's faithful ones will appear in the beauty of the Lord our God, in mind and soul and body reflecting the perfect image of their Lord. So Adam will know that he has been restored as if he had never sinned. All that was lost by sin has been restored. Thus saith the Lord, that formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. God's original purpose in the creation of the earth is fulfilled, as it is made the eternal abode of the redeemed. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. No finite mind can comprehend the glory of the paradise of God. Praise Jesus.